making last-mile distribution of high-quality seed work for smallholder farmers. This presentation tells the story of a successful initiative by the Katalyst program in Bangladesh between 2008 and 2013. The initiative overcame last-mile distribution hurdles for vegetable seeds, enabling at least 500,000 smallholder farmers, many women, to step up vegetable production. It involved innovations in seed packaging and access to critical information via mobile seed vendors, driven by engagement with seed supplier companies. These changes were taken up at such a large scale that access to quality seeds and good advice about how to use them became the new normal for Bangladeshi smallholder farmers. The results were income and nutritional benefits for millions of people living in rural poverty. Katalyst chose to work on issues in vegetable production because vegetable production is an important source of food and supplementary income for 4 million rural households, including at least 1 million where women are the main cultivators. Smaller farmers were missing out on the opportunity to increase their incomes by supplying vegetables to rapidly growing urban markets. Increased vegetable consumption would also bring wider nutritional benefits. Traditionally, farmers with little land grew vegetables on microplots for their own consumption, and women in particular did not go to markets to buy inputs or sell produce. This meant they had little access to information and advice about quality seeds and how to use them, resulting in low yields. In 2008, the Ministry of Agriculture estimated that less than 1 in 5 Bangladeshi farmers were using reliable, high-yielding vegetable seed varieties. As a result, few farmers were able to take advantage of the growing demand for vegetables in urban areas. Katalyst analysis of the vegetable seed market system revealed that quality seed distributors and retailers were mainly located in towns and major markets. Smaller and more remote farmers and homestead gardeners had to rely on traveling seed vendors in small local markets or at the farm gate, who mostly sold inferior unpacked seed. Additionally, when small farmers did seek out quality seeds, they found that the regular-sized seed packets were too large for their small-scale cultivation needs. Out of 100 large seed supply firms, only 10 had a strong reputation for quality, and these firms focused their marketing on larger commercial farmers in established vegetable production areas. The underlying reason for this was a failure to recognize the potential of smaller farmers as reliable customers and an unwillingness to take risks to recruit them. Katalyst developed a vision for lasting change with widespread impact. It centered on engaging the major seed supply companies to develop a better system for distributing good quality seeds to small farmers and homestead gardeners. This required 3 significant business innovations launched through various partnerships that evolved between 2009 and 2012 as Katalyst learned more about the seed market system. 1. Integration of mobile seed vendors. In order to get seed suppliers on board, Katalyst needed to demonstrate that smaller farmers could become valuable customers without huge investments in marketing. Its first important deal in 2009 was with a large, reputable seed company. Laltir Seeds agreed to incorporate mobile vendors into their formal distribution channels by offering them discounted prices. Katalyst covered a proportion of the business risk. 2. Formalizing training for vendors. Katalyst knew that good yields for farmers required access to reliable information as well as seeds. It designed and arranged initial training for the first group of 50 mobile seed vendors. As their success in reaching new customers, 5,000 within 2 years, became obvious, Laltir took on full responsibility for training new groups. They were quickly copied by other seed companies. 3. Seed pack innovation. Conventional packs, typically containing enough seed for 1,000 square meters, are too large for small farmers. Vendors would open packets and resell contents in smaller quantities. This was bad for assuring seed quality and threatened brand reputation. In 2010, Katalyst partnered with 2 companies, Laltir and A.R. Malik, to design, develop, and test tamper-proof mini packs, containing enough seed for just 150 square meters. The companies then made 35 varieties of hybrid and open-pollinated quality-assured seeds affordable to poor farmers. Katalyst helped develop attractive packaging and promotional materials. Theory of change in this market systems development approach involved the following logic. Katalyst's market research and negotiations convinced at least one major seed supplier that the smallholder market had enough potential to justify their investment in distribution innovation. Support for training and inclusion of mobile vendors in formal distribution channels proved an effective way to reach smaller farmers with quality seeds and information. Other companies started to adopt this vendor model. Then Katalyst helped companies introduce mini packs for seeds to make them more relevant and affordable to smaller farmers, especially women. Sales to small farmers soared thanks to the availability of mini pack seeds, along with better advice from trained mobile vendors. Other agri-input firms adopted the mini pack technology. Better yields and higher returns achieved by early adopters of mini-pack seeds convinced increasingly large numbers of small farmers to step up vegetable cultivation and invest more to achieve higher incomes. These are the indicators that showed lasting market system change and impact. Mini-pack seeds became hugely popular. Sales of these mini-pack seeds far exceeded the seed company's expectations. In the very first year, 750,000 mini packs were sold, 200,000 in the early season and 550,000 in the late season. Within 2 years, mini packs were being distributed across 55 out of 64 districts in Bangladesh. By 2012, the total number of households using mini pack seeds had grown to 460,000. A comparative study of 500 farmers over 3 seasons, those using quality seeds and those not, showed that 80% of households buying mini pack seeds were living in poverty, earning less than USD 250 a day. On average, individual farmers saw their incomes rise by USD 17 per season, and 90% of them experienced nutritional benefits from eating more vegetables. In total, the aggregate income of poor farmers increased by USD 14 million in just 18 months. Companies took ownership of the training function. Laltair invested in training more than 1,000 vendors to reach farmers in remote locations, including small riverine islands called chars. This inspired other companies to do the same. They adopted similar strategies to produce, package, and market mini packs, sometimes even poaching competitors' staff. By 2018, it's estimated that 4,500 mobile vendors were part of seed companies' distribution networks, reaching over 500,000 farmers. Mini packs and informed vendors are now the new normal. The Katalyst-inspired last-mile distribution model has become mainstream in Bangladesh. Companies are using the same approach to make other agro-inputs, like crop protection, accessible to small and remote farmers. It's also become normal for companies to invest in training small retailers, even in remote areas. For example, Syngenta set up a rural training center to educate their distributors and retailers, and now hundreds of thousands of farmers benefit from having retailers as a more reliable source of knowledge on disease control. Here's some extra background information about Katalyst. Katalyst was one of the first market systems development programs to translate the concept of making markets work for the poor into a functional approach. By the time it concluded, it had increased the income of millions of poor women and men in both rural and urban areas of Bangladesh. Katalyst pioneered a flat organizational structure where young business graduates worked together to analyze market dynamics and create new business models. The program advocated for a strong entrepreneurial ethos, encouraging its team to seize pro-poor market opportunities as they arose rather than sticking strictly to a planned delivery model. Due to its success, Katalyst was implemented over 3 consecutive phases. Katalyst's cumulative achievements across all phases included benefiting 4.75 million people and increasing incomes by USD 724 million. In the end, Katalyst didn't just implement projects, it changed how development is done, setting the stage for scalable, sustainable, and systemic change, and becoming a benchmark for future MSD programs worldwide.